Hi friends, Joe here. Uh, Hoping to record a video, might run 5 minutes, about uh, that'll go on to the Coffee Klatch newsletter and is along with another video from YouTube. And the YouTube video is about taking a hike on Cypress Mountain by U Lake to the Bowen Island Outlook. There's a lookout point on Cypress Mountain that looks towards not just Bowen, but Gambier, and maybe even a bit of Rick and Sherry's place on Gambier Island. In other words, just a little bit of country view. Part of the spark was a tree that I visited with Sandra a while back, a cypress, which the city of North Vancouver bent the sidewalk to go around, and a construction site exercised great discipline in not harming. In other words, the tree was obviously protected, and that was a point of interest to Sandra. And anyways, cypress was also a subject which Van Gogh painted many times, and it's a tree with some mystical benefits in view of some. So, from a cypress tree to Cypress Mountain Trail, here we go. And this trail is alleged to be wheelchair accessible. And so that's another point sparking my exploration. Now, the latter part of the hike video includes not just the view out over Howe Sound and Bowen and Gambier Island, but also the hiker puts his hand out with some food to attract birds. And that's actually the main spark for the video inclusion, because the two birds, well, there's more than two birds, the two species on prominent display are the whiskey jack, which is also called the gray jay, which is also called the Canada jay, and the Ornithological Society, the bird clubs, have actually recently made the whiskey jack, or the Canada jay, Canada's national bird. So it's a nod to Canada. That's the first species. The second species shows up around 3:33, 3 minutes, 33 seconds into the video. What shows up is a stellar jay with a black top and blue bottom. Well, more than half, 2/3 of the bird is quite a vivid blue, and the top of it is black. And I had thought that the name stellar was kind of a reference to the starry sky, but actually it's a reference to the scientist who discovered it. And his name was George Steller, and he was a Dane from Denmark, like Hamlet, but he was a scientific and academic person who found work with the Russian Empire and was working under Peter the Great in the 1720s, 30s, 40s. Anyways, so he was a major academic, but he was also the lead scientific scout on the Bering expedition, exploring and defining the Northern Pacific. So from the Vladivostok to Kamchatka to the Aleutian Islands into Alaska and almost to BC. And this was in 1741. And stellar is kind of the equivalent position to Darwin in the Voyage of the Beagle, the scientific observer. And he's quite a remarkable fellow. And I'm considering adding him to my pantheon of heroes. I collect characters who are worthy of admiration and maybe even emulation. People I admire jump out from the world, and I notice them and study them, and maybe incorporate their behaviors into my own. And George Steller is a remarkable character, but I think that I'm going to go into that more in a while. This is just an introductory piece just to put something up on the Copy Klatch newsletter. So this is a draft of a work in progress that may be subject to editing in future. So just a preliminary step, and it's good to be able to share and communicate with you guys. Enough for now, more later.